Bad news, sad news, scary news here. BYU's Kennard Davis, aka Moo Davis, was arrested on Thursday for allegedly driving under the influence. There are details that you can find on exactly what happened here, but apparently there was a minor crash at 11:45 a.m. on Thursday and he was arrested, obviously in some form inebriated, and taken in and booked. Now, just to I don't know, I don't have the context, right? We're receiving this news at the same time everybody else is, but in trying to contextualize this a little bit, Kennard Davis did not play in BYU's game earlier this week. The story there was that he was injured and held out of the Delaware game.
Mhm.
There is at least some thought here that it is possible that this under the influence tag could be from medication, from some injury that he is taking. Look, obviously, getting pulled over for a DUI crash at 11:45 the next morning is unique to say the least. Either he was drunk at 11:45 and has a serious problem here, or it could be something with a medication. I don't
Mhm.
know. Obviously, this is scary and serious, right? DUI. Let's just be clear. There's no room in the world to get a DUI. Don't drive under the influence of anything.
Mhm.
Um, but in terms of how did this happen, it feels like a unique situation. This was not he's out at the bar and got pulled over after. This was the
Mhm.
following morning, 2 days after a game. So while we wait for details to come out on this, I mean, I just wanted to kind of frame it that way. In the short term, meantime, here, BYU starting shooting guard was just arrested, is likely going to miss some serious time from this because number one, a college basketball player anywhere getting arrested for a DUI will be suspended. We have precedent of this at a bunch of different schools. But number two, this is BYU. BYU has an honor code. The honor code, excuse me,
Honor
directly
Coog.
honor Cougs. The honor code directly prohibits the use of alcohol and other substances. So if this was a quote unquote traditional DUI charge, there's a world that this is the last we see of Kennard Davis in a BYU uniform.
Yeah,
Complicated situation. What's your reaction?
very complicated. And obviously, like you stated, I feel like you laid out the details pretty well there. We're still kind of waiting to hear on some more things about this. But, obviously, you know, given the timing of the situation, to your point, unless he has an actual serious problem, which that is a real thing, and if it does, one, thank God everyone is actually okay, and it was a very poor decision for him to make, and two, hopefully he gets the help that he needs. And then moving on from that to the point where it's like, I'm trying to put this in a situation that I have like kind of real life experience in, which I semi do because like when you are a college level kid and you have an injury and you sometimes don't understand the extent of what painkillers or pills can do to you in a scenario, you could have a reaction to it. You could accidentally mix it with something that makes it react a certain way, and it would put you in the category of driving under the influence, and an accident like this could happen. Um, Now, I'm not sure if you saw this or not, but I guess there is somewhat of a an example of this happening, possibly with like a Zach Wilson or somebody, where they were arrested for driving under the influence, and it was because of like a medication reaction, basically, and they were suspended for a certain amount of games because it was a violation of the honor code, but then they were able to come back. But there's also been scenarios where situations have happened like this, and they basically been kicked out of the school
Yeah.
for it. So I think you got to wait for other details to come out with it possibly. But just from a complete basketball standpoint, I'm missing my starting two guard for the future right
Right.
now. Like for the time being, looking forward, one, I got UConn Saturday. obviously Kennard Davis is not going to be there. And then moving forward, you would assume he's going to be suspended for some games for this, no matter what the extent of it is. And you're going to be missing that player. And that's your starting two guard. So it's a really obviously awful situation, awful timing of it. And it's going to hurt BYU on the basketball court.
Yeah, I don't have any real comment outside of trying to frame and understand the situation on the severity of this. And I would urge anybody that's watching this or trying to understand what's going on, uh, give some patience, give some leeway until the facts come out on this. We just don't know. I mean, if this is just as simple as he was drunk and driving, of course it's terrible. And there will be serious ramifications of that. It could be something else. And if it is something else, let's not necessarily rush to judgment. Um, DUIs are very serious. I have people in my life that have been affected from drunk drivers and DUIs. It's horrible. So at minimum, thank God no one got hurt. Sounds like this was a minor crash. No one will be physically seriously impacted from this. And if there are any ramifications, it may just end up coming back to Kennard Davis. I think the only thing we can really discuss at this point while we wait is the basketball side of this, which you just touched on very nicely. Some massive issue for BYU if he's out. And he's going to be out, right? He's not going to play against UConn now. Who knows how long? I did look this up just from a non BYU perspective, some recent examples of this. Jalen Wilson got pulled over for DUI at Kansas in 2021. He was suspended for 3 games. He was back, and Kansas was amazing the rest of 2021. Um, can't imagine if this is a quote unquote traditional DUI that will happen at BYU. I mean, it's just like the wrong violation to happen at the wrong place, right? Like if you're Kennard Davis, if it was drinking, you got to know the risks that are involved with that as a 20-year-old at BYU. You're
Yeah, at
underage drinking at a
11:45 on a
place that doesn't
Thursday.
allow drinking. Like,
Yeah, right. It's just it's.
but maybe he
I mean,
wasn't. Again, I don't want to speculate. Maybe he
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, yeah. No, I get you. It's a shitty situation. It could not like obviously. I think what you're trying. Here's how I'm seeing it. You shouldn't do this in general. You for sure, absolutely, positively cannot do this in a scenario that is BYU, given everything surrounding it.
Yeah. So we'll see. I would expect he's out for serious time. Possibly, like I compared to the Retzlaff situation. I don't know how BYU will handle this, but like obviously Retzlaff was going to be suspended like 70% of the football season and then decided, you know what, I can't do this. Now, the difference here for Kennard is number one, he couldn't like transfer and immediately play somewhere else, right? So it's not like he's going to be rushing to get out and go play somewhere this year. He has that extra year. And on paper, Kennard Davis was supposed to be a huge part of next year's BYU team. So even if there was going to be a school driven honor code based suspension here, I would think it only affects this year. And he could still have one more year at BYU. At that point, again, this is all going to be circumstantial to what actually happened in the details of this. But at that point, I would think Kevin Young has a decision to make. Like, is this a culture burner for you or not? I think there are a lot of people that support BYU in the community that just do not want someone that would pick up this charge within their program. But at the same time, like on a human note, without knowing the details and the specifics of this, Kennard Davis might need help. And if you're Kevin Young, you want to help him, right?
Mhm.
You care about that kid. So this shouldn't just be throw him aside. I don't know. And I don't think that's how Kevin Young operates. I'd be very surprised if he had any say in a decision that went that way. But obviously, there are consequences to your actions. So it's kind of just like, let's wait and see. But in the meantime, this is a massive loss to BYU because they do not have anyone off the bench that can do what Moo Davis can do on the basketball court.
Right, 100%. And obviously a big part of the basketball team, the basketball program, and it's going to be tough, especially like with this happening with UConn this Saturday. You already missed them last game. You're probably hoping to have them back for that game, and obviously that's not going to be the case. And it's going to hurt them on the basketball court. Now it's going to have to be other guys stepping up now? Is there a certain guy that you are looking at to step up in this situation?
Dawson Baker started last game, got 3 points on 5 shots in 25 minutes. I mean, they got nothing that can replace Moo. Like Tyler Bruce played 20 minutes off the bench and didn't score.
Right. I'm playing Solomon Ball next game. I need someone to chase him around and play defense. Like it's a massive, massive loss to have.
There is no 3 and D guy off the bench. There's just three guys.
Yeah.
Like they're shooters, but there's a massive hit to the BYU defense, hugely.
Right. 100%.
So, bummer. Obviously, wishing the best for all involved, but in the meantime, we will wait to see what details come out about the situation.